They've got their army of cleaners out here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nothing to say. This life called its wife. How are you doing, everybody? Welcome. Well, I'll wait till I get a few people in here, but we are walking along the beach, awaiting the sunrise here in Patong Beach in Phuket. Nothing quite like a brisk walk at sunrise. The weather's actually amazing right now, and I don't know what it is, but feels like it's about, I don't know, 78 degrees. It's windy. It's definitely breezy. And we're here just in time for the sunrise in Phuket. So good morning to all of you. Top of the morning to you. You can see the just starting to get a little bit light. Now we won't actually see the sun. It's on the other side. Normally in the afternoon here, the sunset is right here, and it's beautiful. So you don't really see the sun rise, but you see the effects of the sunrise for sure. Good morning, everybody. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, get out of bed. They had an army of people out here raking, getting all the sand back in tip-top shape and getting rid of any trash that might be out here. The water itself is bathtub warm, I would say. Would you? Are you going yet? I'd say that's warmer than the pool. The pool's pretty warm though. Well, I want to say good morning to the community. Good morning. Yeah, good morning to the community. I guess I'm not very popular this time of day. I'm not popular this time of day. No, I'm gonna have to go and drown my sorrows. Well, even if no one's here right now, hopefully people will see it and they'll sort of fall in love with the beauty of Phuket Islands in the morning. Really is quite stunning here. It's also very comfortable, you know. Thailand's so hot during the day, but it is very, very comfortable right now. I think we could probably walk 4 or 5 miles and not get worn out in this weather. Well, good morning to you all. You can see the effects of the sun starting to rise now. One of the interesting things when you're on Boracay Island, where we lived before in the Philippines, is to go from one side of the island to the other side is only a few minutes walking. So you can see fabulous sunset and wake up in the morning and see the actual sun rising because you can just walk to the other side of the island. But here, Phuket is so massive, you can't really do that. You can only see how it's starting to brighten up. We're heading south, south side of Patong Beach here. Hey, Chicken Choker, how are you? I know for me it's really early. Normally, we're not even going to bed till this time. We are normally going to bed at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, but last night I'm trying to change that. You know, I'm managing different territories around the world. They have different time zones, so kind of gets the sleeping, but I want to get back to where I'm getting up at sunrise and maybe going to bed by 11, maybe on the weekend, keeping it up. But yeah, yeah. So good morning, Chicken Choker, and happy sunrise here in Phuket Islands, Tong Beach. If you're looking for a warm swim, this is definitely the place. The water is, I, I wouldn't say bathtub water, but my gosh, it's got to be the warmest water I've felt in a long, long time. Whoa. It's got waves here, but this is not surfing country. They do have surfing, not at this beach, not that I know of. You saw surfing, right? You saw surfing. What beach was surfing? Kata? Yeah, Kata Beach. So a heartfelt good morning to the community here at Sun. This thing is holy moly, it's starting to get higher and higher. It's gonna sweep me out there, man. I should have taken my Crocs off. I think that's the issue. This reminds me a little bit of Phuket, you know, the sorry, of Pattaya, they have this mountain thing. Oh, jeez. Boy, the tide is rising rapidly, very quickly here. See where the water came all the way to here. When we first started 10 minutes ago, it was way down here. Well, I don't remember a chicken choker if you're in the Philippines. I think you might be, and if you are, I think you're an hour ahead, am I right? I think the Philippines is 1 hour ahead of Thailand at this moment. I can't remember if there's some daylight savings thing where they're at the same time zone part of the year, but if you are, good morning. I hope you had a nice morning coffee or tea. For me, that would be tea. I don't drink coffee, but I like tea. Oh, you're back in Iowa, okay. You know, I went to a training once outside of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, when I was much younger, and, I got I was coming from Omaha, and I drove into Iowa, and I had a flat tire or a blowout or something like that outside of a small town, and my gosh, I'd say 20 people stopped and helped me. I think you can safely say that the Iowa people and the Nebraska people are the nicest people in the whole United States, no question about that. Very warm-natured people, very friendly, and, I like it back there a lot. I don't like it during winter. I'm not a winter person, I don't do winter. I sometimes I have to travel in winter, and all I can think about is getting back on the airplane. But I grew up in Southern California, so we never really had much of winters, but I got a lot of fond memories of Iowa. Wow. Well, Cedar Rapids, it's just down home America, it's like Americana 101. When I showed up, I was there well, I've been there many times over the years, but that time with the blowout, I think that was in the 1980s and, late '80s or early '90s, and I was just so impressed. I remember coming and telling my mother how friendly everybody was there. I appreciate the United States' beauty. You have to, you think about, starting from Hawaii, which is similar to how it is here, Alaska, California, Arizona, Washington State, all the way over to Maine and Vermont, down to Florida, Yellowstone, Yosemite, Redwood Forest. The US is a beautiful, beautiful country, and I definitely miss the beauty of the US sometimes. Well, you know what happened? I'll give you an example, chicken choker. I bought my house in the greater Los Angeles area. I spent $190,000 for it. 3 or 4 years later, sold that house for 770,000 because the prices went just bananas, it went crazy. And I went back and I looked. I went to Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky. I remember seeing a place for 85 had 1,000 acres. Now, 990 of it was wooded, only 10 tillable acres, but still, when you come from a quarter of an acre and you go back there, and I was really tempted to do it myself, but I was too young at that time, and the pay cut just didn't make sense. But if I were in a retirement mode and you could take this ridiculous pricing in California and move back there and get a huge spread and everything, it's pretty tempting. There's our silliest corner. How are you? Pretty damn tempting, I will say. Yeah. Oh, that's great, man. OTR. I did too, by the way. I don't think you call it OTR though. Correct me if I'm wrong, chicken choker, but before I got started in my career when I was still going to school, I drove an 18 wheeler and I worked for Carl's Jr., which I think is now owned by Hardee's, or Hardee's is owned by Carl's Jr. And I would twice a week drive. I had a CDL and I would drive from Los Angeles halfway between LA and the Bay Area, somewhere north of Bakersfield, south of Fresno. So it's about 4 hours up, 4.5 hours up, 4.5 hours back over the grapevine. And we would meet at a Carl's Jr. that had a trucking lot. And I would meet the other driver. We would switch trailers and then I would drive it back to LA. So I never spent the night, but it was sort of like a short haul, long haul, not a true OTR, like you're sleepy. But my uncle, John, he was a lifetime long haul truck driver. And then my other uncle, my favorite uncle, Uncle Eddie, he spent 30 years for CF, Consolidated Freightways. He was a local driver. Of course, Pennsylvania trucker. There's a lot of great truckers out there. He inherited the homestead. 2,700 acres. Holy moly. Oh, yeah, Donner Pass. I did that too once. Scary. Donner Pass, I'd say, is worse than the Grapevine. Slightly. They're both scary, especially when they get fogged in. But I didn't do it for too long. I did a little bit of delivering to the stores. Still 18 wheelers, but it had like a lift gate in the back. You do everything you can to survive. And I got to meet lots of truck drivers, truck stops, and so on. Yeah, I definitely respect those people. In fact, I'm working on research right now called Blue Collar Jobs in the UK, where I ranked truck drivers one of the 20 essential jobs that you couldn't live without. I do remember Sparks, Nevada, too, going to a rib cook-off. Did you remember that? They used to have like a chili cook-off, but it was a rib cook-off in Sparks, Nevada every year. Unbelievable. That's so good. Well, everybody, I just didn't want to do a super long show here. Yesterday I said that and I was on for an hour and a half. I just wanted people to see for a change, a sunrise, oh, sunrise in Phuket. quick thing on Phuket. Phuket was the real jewel of tourism for Southeast Asia for many, many years. Many said it's dying, it's this, that, and the other. There's a lot of people here. It's down because it's not high season, but there's still a ton of people here. It's still a beautiful place. I think that Phuket got very expensive for a lot of people, and they priced themselves out of the market. But I think the prices and everything comes down this time of year. For natural beauty, though, for the beaches, for the beauty, the islands all around here, 3 hours to Krabi on a ferry or a van, either one. The PP Islands, all the different things they have here. It's hard to beat this place. I mean, this place is really amazing. If their pricing was in line with Da Nang, Vietnam, it would be it'd be very tough to choose. Now, there are a massive amount of Russians at Patong Beach down the road here, and, they have a massive nightlife. I put some videos up of the nightlife last night, just walking down Walking Street, no commentary, so you can sort of see it. Our place is just see that white building there, right down next to it is where we're staying. Guess we walk past it. So if anyone is in the neighborhood, I would definitely say come if you can. Probably gonna stay here for a month just to soak it all in. We wanna go down to Bali as well, but we're trying to juggle it all, how we're gonna do it or when there's a lot of things when you have an army of people, a lot of juggling. East Timor, Singapore. Well, we were just in Singapore. We were staying there in, Johor Bahru. I don't know if you've ever been there, Chicken Choker, but it's right on the border. The prices are one-third of what the prices are in actual Singapore, and you're literally right on the border. You just take a bus. It's about 15 to 30 minutes total into Singapore. Now, here's the beauty of it. Every time you pass back from Singapore, you get another 3-month stamp from Malaysia. But Singapore is amazing. Of all the places I've been to in the world, Singapore is the best. I mean, maybe it's unaffordable for most, I would say, but if you haven't been there, definitely add it to the to-do list. Because even if you know, I'm sure you can afford it, especially being such a large landowner. But if you can't, the Johor Bahru trick is a way to be Singapore budget friendly. And Johor Bahru is pretty interesting in its own right. There's a whole lot to do there. There's over 1 million people there. It's the second largest city in Malaysia. But yeah, Singapore and East Timor, Jakarta. Yeah, I think Jakarta has now overtaken Shanghai as the largest city. They've done a massive amount of infrastructure. And, back when I first went to Jakarta, which is probably 20 something years ago, 25 years ago, it really was a lot like Manila. And it was a very wild, fun, just old Philippine style of fun, in my opinion. But Indonesia used to be a very corrupt country, and they've really tried to clean it up now. They're doing much better, much better. I had some friends here that went to Bali. They just arrived from Bali, and they said they had a blast down there. So, all right. Well, Chicken Choker, it was nice chatting with you. God bless you. And let's see, we're in June. Hopefully, the weather is treating you nice over there in Iowa. And thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you for coming, Chicken Choker. And yeah, from Phuket, Thailand. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your life, live your life to the fullest, and be kind to one another. Have a nice day.